This is Moses T. Alexander Greene, and it is my indeed pleasure to meet for the first time, the National Chair of the National Congress of Black Women. This is Dr. E. Faye Williams. How are you today, ma'am?
I am blessed and highly favored, and thank you so much for having me.
Now, talk to me about the significance of this day for African Americans and for America.
Well, let me just talk about the significance of it for African American women. First of all, we're celebrating Sojourner Truth, who will be the first black woman to have a memorial in the United States Capitol. We just celebrated her on Sunday, September 28th. We're building a memorial to her. She did more than anyone to help to gain the right to vote, not just for black women, but for all women, yes. And so we're celebrating her at this time. 88 years ago, women gained the right to vote.
Talk to me about that black woman at home that feels disenfranchised, can you say something directly to her about why she has to vote in this election?
I would just say, my sister, I have met people before who were disillusioned, who felt that voting would not do any good. But let me say to you, we have ancestors, we have parents, grandparents, great-grandparents who've worked so hard to give us this right and to make a difference in our community. They have walked the streets to give your children and you a better opportunity in life. And if things aren't going so well right now, don't be discouraged. There are women's organizations out here that can help you, first of all, but we need to know that you're helping yourself. And the best way that you help yourself is to get registered and then go out and vote.
No one could say it any better. So much strength. I wish you could feel this moment. So much strength, so much legacy is right here. And thank you so much for being a part of us today. We're having so much fun here, broadcasting live. I happen to have one of Washington, D.C.'s veteran pioneers of gospel music. I have I'm gonna call him the Honorable Winston CHANEY.
Man, how you doing?
I'm very well. What is this moment like for you?
You know, it's an honor to just be a part of something like this because you and I realize how many folks out there who are not registered to vote. Those are the folks who don't understand what it means to vote. So to be a part of it is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure.
And as a broadcaster, because we make our living by being on air and bringing light to certain issues. So what is it like for you as a broadcaster as well?
You know for yourself, they can't imagine how many folks call us who are not registered to vote. You know, we ask them off the air, are you registered? They say no, and give you all kinds of excuses why they're not registered. But just imagine how many folks are not registered, it's just mind-boggling. So today we're here at the mall at Prince George, it's better known as PG Plaza, to register as many folks as we can. And as a matter of fact, on the morning show this morning, I checked in with Richmond and Charlotte. They're doing great things too.
It's a moment of legacy. Please exercise your right to vote in November by registering today. I happen to have Ms. Jeannie Jones with me. How are you?
Meow. Can't you tell?
Okay, she caused me to lose it on camera. What is this day like for you as a broadcaster?
It's amazing to me because I'm an advocate for children, most importantly, and I'm hurt on a daily basis and disappointed for the things that have been set up for them, which is basically insufficient, okay? I'm concerned about education, economics, foreign affairs, everything that has something to do with us. And a lot of times people don't understand the magnitude of the power of the vote. Okay, we are honored, and so many of our forefathers and mothers have paved the way for us to vote, but I don't think a lot of people are educated enough to understand the power that each one of us has. So I'm just glad to be out here in the community with my brothers and sisters, getting folks, they're actually coming. That's what I love. I've met so many people like, Jeannie, this is my first time voting.
Of all ages.
Of all ages. So we're making a difference, and we've got to have change on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's why I'm here. It's a must.
Change is needed. We're not allowed to endorse anything right now, but all we want to say is change is needed. And to change, we need your vote to count. I happen to have the woman who's responsible for getting all of the delegates here for this phenomenal historic event. I happen to have the Honorable Delegate MELANIE Griffith. Thank you for being here.
It is certainly my pleasure.
Why was it important for you to make sure that we have representation at an event such as this?
Well, I understand that people voting is critical to the success of this country, this state, and this county. And ultimately, the way elected officials know what the will of the community is through their vote.
What would you say to that person who feels disillusioned or disenfranchised with the entire voting process, that their vote is not going to matter?
I would say that you are critical, that every single person does matter. You know, when you're trying to address issues, you can either take a big shovel or you can take 1,000 teaspoons. And ultimately, if we consider each vote one of those 1,000 teaspoons, we can move mountains if we work together.
I normally need a close. I don't need a close with this honorable delegate. Your teaspoon counts for what we're trying to do. Radio 1 and the Hip Hop Caucus is endeavoring to make history today. This is Moses T. Alexander Greene, and this is a special edition of In the Green Room Live. Behind me is Marette Brown Clark. We have Matt Anderson right there. We have Matt Anderson in white and in black. We have the Respect My Vote. Sir, what has this day been like for you?
It's phenomenal to see the various ages of folks. I mean, young folks, I've seen young people who are just now first-time voters. You got older folks who've never voted. I've seen some senior citizens who said, you know, I've never voted, but this is an important time. It's a pivotal time in American history and world history for us to be able to be a part of this number of being counted. One voice, one vote. So they said, look, I need my voice to be counted. I need my vote to be heard as well.
All right, so we need you to stay tuned. Matt, Jeannie Jones, Russ Parr was here earlier, Olivia Fox. We're all endeavoring to do one thing: get you registered to vote so that your vote counts, so that you can have some respect. So your vote can have some respect. We're closing out an amazing day. This is a day of history. Radio 1 and the Hip Hop Caucus coming together to get you registered to vote. This is Moses T. Alexander Greene. I lived a day that I didn't even ask for, but thank you, God, and thank you. Register to vote. Your vote needs to have some respect. God bless.